ever since that heat kicked in weeks ago, towards the end of August and into this month, I did not have any pit sweat all year. And now I can't stop. Like when your deodorant gets creamy?
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, mine's creamy right now.
Well, can you not put your fingers into your actual shirt right now? That's so gross.
Well, it's very difficult for me to describe what I feel if I don't feel it.
No, we get it.
It's like if I were to put cottage cheese in the Vitamix, kind of that substance.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, come on.
No. This is theater of the mind. This is theater of the mind.
Oh, that one's painful to it.
All right, let's get to this photograph that you just showed me of your twins walking around with I call them binkies. What do you call them?
Well, you call them chupis or chupones.
Chupis or chupones?
In Spanish, it's chupon, and so they're chupis. And we've been trying to wean them off. They've obviously had them since they were born. And they say if you can do it before their first birthday, that's the best because they don't get attached. But of course, we didn't.
Yeah.
And, right now, we kind of, at their first birthday, we made it so just they used them for nap time and bedtime. We got rid of them from just like kind of being around the house and then in the car. So that was a big success for us. And it was fine. But now they're going to be, they're almost 2.5. And I think it's time to get rid of the pacifier.
Pacifier. That's the real name for it, right?
That's the real name for it. Yes.
Binky it became.
So we're on night number 5 of kind of going cold turkey, but not really. But I had a suggestion that I read and I ended up doing it. And I think it's working for us. So I thought any parents that are maybe going through this phase with their little ones or are about to, you might want to try my hack.
What is it?
Okay. So there's so many different brands of pacifiers. The ones that we ended up using are the same ones that they've used their entire lives. Like they're like 130 years old. So anyways, they say to buy a completely different brand, almost a different shape, size nipple of a pacifier, and then present that to them. So what I did was,
different.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, we don't have any more pacifiers. The reason this kind of got started is because Maxon started chewing through his. And so this is like super dangerous because at one night, like maybe a few weeks ago, he showed me his pacifier. He's like, Mommy, broken choopy. And I was like, what is this? And the whole pacifier was like almost detached, the plastic part from the whatever. And so I panicked and I was like, he could choke on this. So we went through and looked at all the pacifiers that they have, and almost half of them were already like about to rip or were torn. So I threw those away and I was like, this is it. We're not buying any more. If they go through these, we're down to the final like 3 or 4. That's when I bought the other brand. And I told him, this is your new pacifier. Use it tonight. And that's all you get. And he's like, don't like it. Broken choopy. They kept telling me it was broken. It was broken. I'm like, it's not broken. It's just new. And I was like, you either have this or you can be a big girl and a big boy and then just no choopies. And they were like, big boy, big girl. And then they just went to bed.
You're mind tricking them. You're playing the psychology trick games on them.
And I'm lying, which kind of sucks, but whatever.
Whatever it takes to get to the finish line. This is what you got to do when you're parenting.
So night 1 was actually good. Night 1 was actually good, but then night 2, night 3 were like struggle. They're just screaming in their beds for their pacifiers, like choopy, choopy.
Can I ask you a quick question here? So I love that Aza's got on the Beverly Hills 90210 sweatshirt from back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah, she does.
Aza doesn't know what 90210 is or was, but she's sporting it because Mom's a fan. And then just quickly before we go to break, looking at the list of names. And remember, Sisanie's telling you this because she's got a 2-for-1 right now. She's not done this before. She's doing 2 at the same time. A boy and a girl dealing with their choopies. So look at that list. All right, choopy, binky, can't use that. But on that list, what's your next favorite thing to call the pacifier? We got a list of 15 names here. Just what's the next one you would use? Because I think that if I ever, were to have a baby, I would probably, now that I know there's a choopy, I would say choopy. I like choopy better than binky. So now that you just taught me choopy. Gulp.
Choopy's the best. Maybe wubby, but I don't know.
Well, I thought wubby too.
Wubby.
Hey, give me a wubby.
Sudie's cute.
Well, give me a wubby. Come here, Maxon. Give me a wubby.
I wouldn't do Bubba because I call Maxon Bubba.
What did you like, Tanya?
I liked Soothie.
Soothie.
Yeah.
Not as playful. Not as playful.
Soothie's weird because you actually use the term soothe a lot when you're a parent because you are talking about them having to soothe themselves to sleep. Remember, we've had this whole discussion on the air before.
Right, but it makes me think of an adult smoothie, so I can't.
Oh.
Every time they talk about their smoothie, I want a peanut butter and chocolate smoothie.
I mean, it can't be Kiki.
Kiki.
Yeah, I know Kiki.
Let's have a Kiki.
Oh, no, but also Kiki.
Passy.
Do you love me? Isn't that, remember?
Yeah.
Okay,
so funny.
I'll need a chubby for myself if I go have one of these instances that you're having right now. I'll need my own little smoothie.